and welcome to the Accountability Coach podcast, where we discuss proven business success principles related to helping you make more money, work less, so you can enjoy even better work-life balance. And Bachrach here. Today we're talking about 10 quick tips for beating that nasty procrastination. Procrastination is no joke. Putting things off until later can spell ruin for even the most successful business person, which is exactly why it's a problem that you should make an effort to continually deal with when you notice it negatively affecting your results. If you suffer from procrastination in any way, then you undoubtedly know that it can be extremely troublesome. You no doubt want to work hard and get things done, but some people find it more difficult to do that than others. If you're one of those people, then this podcast is for you. Here are 10 quick and easy tips for beating procrastination. Winning this battle doesn't have to be rocket science or making it harder than it really needs to be. Sometimes finding a little bit of help, like these tips we're going to be talking about, is all that you need to tip the scales back in your favor. Tip number 1, get up and get going. If you feel the urge to procrastinate coming upon you, then sometimes the best thing to do is to just get up and get moving. Don't let yourself put off what you need to do. The minute you start to deviate from what you know you need to be doing is exactly when you need to take a deep breath and just do it. Stop letting those typical excuses stop you from getting going. Changing scenery can often change your frame of mind, and you might find that maybe going for a walk, taking a jog, or even grabbing a cup of coffee can help you clear your mind and get back on track to getting things done. Just don't do it too often, as doing this every time you get the urge to procrastinate can actually become procrastination itself. Tip number 2, wake up earlier. Waking up earlier in the day can often improve your odds of getting things accomplished. More productive people are generally out and about during the early morning hours, and you will likely find the atmosphere a lot more conducive to productivity than the atmosphere of the early afternoon or evening hours. Get up early to exercise, stretch, meditate, and get those juices flowing to immediately tackle your high payoff activities the moment you arrive at work. Tip number 3, clean and organize as you go. Sometimes we get so surrounded by clutter and chaos that we end up getting defeated before we begin. Looking around you and seeing a mess is usually never conducive to productivity, which is why it can really pay to keep things clean and tidy as your day progresses. 5 or 10 minutes spent prioritizing your activities can pay big dividends as the day goes on. Tip number 4, get away from the TV. Did you know that TV is one of the biggest causes for procrastination among entrepreneurs who often work from home, for example? Having a lot of channels and a list of favorite TV shows is nice, but not if it distracts you from getting everything done that you need to. Record your favorite shows and only allow yourself to watch them after you have your most critical activities done for the day. I strongly recommend you stop watching the news. Please. There are so many more negative stories than positive ones that it can negatively affect your mood, and who wants to be in a bad mood and then have to do client acquisition revenue generation work? Tip number 5, schedule specific blocks of time in which to get things done. Setting up a daily schedule can be a great way to stop procrastination before it even starts. Having a plan in place will not only give you a sense of direction, but will make your day seem more achievable as well. Do the activities that bring you the best results first is usually a great way to start your day. In fact, Brian Tracy has a great analogy on this subject. He always says, eat that frog. Think about this. What if the first thing that you did every day was to eat that live frog? It sounds gross, I know. In fact, it would probably be the worst thing that you would have to do all day. But if you ate that frog first thing in the morning, you could effectively say that the worst part of your day was behind you. The point of this analogy is that if you do the worst things first, or the things you don't like to do first, you will find that your day will get easier and less distracting as you go. Tip number 6, avoid checking email first thing in the morning. As a successful business owner, this might be a difficult thing to do, but it can actually do you a lot of good in helping you to get focused on your high payoff work first thing in the morning. Checking email puts your brain into a sort of a non-action mode. Instead of checking it first thing in the morning, pull out your prioritized action list or your task list and get a few things accomplished before you check your email. Checking email will not only get you behind schedule, it can also negatively affect your emotional state of mind for the rest of the day. Tip number 7, avoid social networks. This might seem like a bit of a no-brainer, but you would be amazed at the number of people who get derailed each morning by checking Facebook or Twitter before they get started. This can completely switch your brain from a productive mode to a fun mode, which will not bode very well for getting things accomplished. I'm not saying that this isn't an important part of building your business. Just schedule the time for non-prime time. Tip number 8, listen to music that puts you in a productive mood. Are there certain types of music that just put you in the mood to get things done? If so, then jamming out to a playlist of productive tunes can be a great way to get your mind focused on the job at hand. For me, listening to dance beats is a great way to get me pumped up about starting my day, or it can also be a great way to get me moving when I feel like I'm in a slump or a slump is coming down. Tip number 9, try not to let being a perfectionist derail you. One of the things about life is the fact that nothing is perfect. If this is a thought that upsets you or causes you to get discouraged, then you should really try to remember that doing your best to get things done is all that you can do. Do all that you can and call it good enough. Don't let being a perfectionist keep you from checking things off your to-do list. You can procrastinate for a long time if you are trying to make things perfect, and they may never be perfect. Don't let this be your excuse. It doesn't have to be perfect to be successful. Tip number 10, refuse to settle for less. While some people may be more prone to procrastinate than others, putting things off does not have to define you. Regardless of what it takes, find a way to beat your procrastination problems so that you can get on with your life and live with confidence that comes from knowing that you have the talent and the focus to do what it takes to be even more successful. Think how good it will feel to beat the procrastination bug that can plague many people and keep them from realizing their true potential. So in summary, procrastination will find more than one way to defeat you, but only if you let it. You are in charge of your destiny, and you are the only one who can choose to avoid pitfalls by putting things off. Next time you feel like a little procrastination, start going down this list and reviewing the steps that you can take to beat it. You will be amazed at how good you will feel and how much more you can get accomplished in a day's work. Well, my hope for our time together is that you got value and an idea or two that will help you be even more successful, professionally and personally. Please share my podcast with others if you find they would also get value. If you'd like to get a daily dose from me, feel free to subscribe to the Accountability Minute, which can be found on iTunes, Alexa, Google Play Music, Apple HomePod, and most English-speaking platforms. Remember to take advantage of the complimentary business tips and tools when you join my free silver membership at accountabilitycoach.com. Aim for what you want each and every day. Until next time, make it a great day, today and every day. Thanks for listening. And by the way, if you're getting value from any of my podcasts, please take a minute to leave me a short rating and review. I would really appreciate it and love to hear from you.